What's the real difference between fitness studios that are struggling to get 5 new members a month and those that are consistently adding 20 new members while spending less on their marketing? It's not their workout programs, their location, or even their equipment. It's something far more fundamental: their brand strategy. If we haven't met before, I'm Alec Littlejohn, one of the co-founders of Untapped Revenue, and for the past 8 years, we've been obsessed with one thing: building marketing systems that consistently walk new people through a fitness studio's doors. Now, after working with hundreds of studios and franchises like Oxygen Yoga and Fitness, F45 and Fit Bootcamp, I've noticed that they all share one critical advantage: a strong brand foundation that makes their marketing incredibly efficient. While most independent studios struggle to get quality leads and keep their lead costs down, these franchises consistently get high quality leads for under $10 because their brand does half of the selling for them. Not to mention all the leads they get organically without paying any money on ads. Let me be brutally honest. Without a strong brand, you're fighting an uphill battle with every marketing dollar you spend. Your Facebook ads will be 2 to 3 times more expensive than your competition. Your leads will ghost you before booking, and the members you do sign up will leave as soon as a cheaper option opens up nearby. But there is good news. I'm gonna show you in this video exactly how to build a brand that makes everything else in your marketing easier and more effective. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to share with you a brand positioning strategy that helped one of our independent studios reduce their cost per lead by 47% while adding 24 new members every single month while spending less than some of these big franchises. The first step in building a strong brand in your local market is first identifying your brand archetype. This might sound like marketing fluff, but I promise this is one of the most powerful tools you can use to differentiate your studio. In the fitness industry, there are 12 main brand archetypes, but I've found that there's only really 4 that the most successful studios typically fall into. The first is the hero archetype, focused on transformations, pushing limits, and overcoming obstacles. Think F45, CrossFit, or Barry's Bootcamp. See, their messaging is all about conquering challenges and becoming your best self. The second is the caregiver archetype, centered on nurturing, support, and holistic well-being. If you think of a studio that would be like this, it would be something like a yoga studio, recovery-focused facilities, or any studios that are catering most of their services to beginners. So most of their messaging is going to be around emphasizing care, community, and gradual progress. The third is the rebel archetype, all about disrupting the status quo and challenging fitness norms. Think unconventional training methods or studios that deliberately position themselves against mainstream fitness. Their messaging is more provocative and challenges industry conventions. And the fourth is the sage archetype, where they focus on expertise, knowledge, and education. Think specialized studios with highly certified trainers or programs based on specific methodologies. Their messaging emphasizes their unique approach and why it's superior. A good example of this would be some of those studios that are doing one-on-one training and they're using those electrical suits that are stimulating muscles. This would fall under the sage category. Now, here's what most studio owners get wrong. They try to be everything to everyone. They say they push you hard, but they're also super supportive. They claim to be disruptive, but also they're traditional. Instead, you need to choose one primary archetype that will guide everything from your messaging to your studio design to your instructor's training. Look at F45 for an example. They're clearly positioned as a hero brand. Everything about them, from their life-changing tagline to their challenge-based programming to their marketing that focuses on transformation, it all reinforces this archetype. They don't try to also be nurturing and gentle. They own the hero position completely. You can do this too by looking at your personal values as the owner, the type of community that you want to build, and where you see gaps in your local market. Whatever you choose to, you must commit to it fully with everything that you do. Step 2, you need to define your unfair advantage. Once you've identified your archetype, you need to define your unfair advantage. This is what I call your only factor. The only thing that you can claim in your market that only you can do. Most fitness studios' default is a generic statement like, we have the best trainers, or we have the best community, or we're family-like. Here's the problem. Everyone says that. It's not differentiated, and it doesn't give potential members a clear reason to choose you over your competitors. Your unfair advantage needs to be specific, defensible, and meaningful to your ideal members. For example, you could position yourself as the only fitness studio in Austin that combines strength training and mobility work specifically designed for busy professionals over 40 who want to stay active and pain-free without spending hours in the gym. That's specific, defensible, and speaks directly to our particular audience's needs. Here's how you find your unfair advantage. First, you're going to list your unique methodologies or approaches. Second, you're going to identify the specific results you consistently deliver. Third, you're going to define the audience you best serve. Fourth, you're going to pinpoint the common pain points you help them avoid. Once you've defined this, it should become the core message across all of your marketing. It should be on your website, in your ads, in your email signature, and in the minds of all of your staff. Look at how OrangeTheory used their unfair advantage. They position themselves as the studio that provides the orange effect, a unique workout approach based on heart rate monitoring and what they call the afterburn effect. Their key brand message is about achieving more efficient, effective workouts through their scientifically designed program that keeps members in the optimal orange zone heart rate to maximize calorie burns both during and after workouts. Now, not to get too much into the details here, but OrangeTheory also knows exactly who their ideal avatar is. They know their age range, they know that they're busy professionals, their income level is middle to upper class with disposable income. They know the mindset of the people that they want to bring into the studio. And all of this information allows them to create this brand that's specific to targeting and attracting these types of people. Their unfair advantage is specific and defensible, and no one else can claim it. They didn't just say that, oh, we have great workouts or our community is really good. They got hyper specific. In today's crowded fitness space, it's better to be meaningfully different than marginally better. This is especially true for independent studios competing against big franchises. Step 3 is to create your visual identity system. Now that you have your brand archetype and your unfair advantage, it's time to create a visual identity system that brings your brand to life. This is where many fitness studios drop the ball. They'll spend thousands of dollars on getting equipment, but they'll cheap out on the logo, the website, and all the creative elements that they use to represent their brand. Your visual identity system needs 5 core elements. The first is a distinctive logo that works in multiple formats. The second is going to be a consistent color palette, 2 to 3 primary colors with 2 to 3 secondary colors. The third, a defined typography system, meaning 1 to 2 fonts, and then photography style guidelines, as well as supporting graphic elements. Now, when it comes to your photography, as well as your video creatives, you do want to have some different styles and elements to figure out what's really going to work when you are posting. But for the most part, when it comes to your website, your organic posting, you do want to keep things consistent across the brand. The key here is consistency. Your brand should be instantly recognizable, whether someone sees your Instagram posts, walks past your studio, or receives an email from you. Look at the top franchise brands in the fitness industry. F45's red and white color scheme is instantly recognizable. Their typography is consistent across all platforms. Their photography has specific styles with high energy, action-oriented shots with consistent editing. You can apply these same principles regardless of the size of your studio, and you absolutely should. Over time, as you continue to market and showcase your studio, people are going to slowly start to recognize you more because everything's consistent. Every post they see, every email they receive, everything that they touch that's related to your studio is going to remind them of you and reinforce the brand elements that you have decided on. Remember, your visual identity should be directly informed by your brand archetype. If you're a hero brand, you want bold, powerful visuals with high contrast. If you're a caregiver brand, you'll want softer, more nurturing visuals with warm tones. Your visual identity isn't just about looking good, it's about communicating your brand values and personality at a glance. The 4th step in our blueprint is crafting your brand voice and messaging. This is how you speak to your audience across all touch points, from your website copy to your social captions to how your front desk staff greets people. Just like with visuals, consistency is key. Your brand should sound like the same person everywhere, even if different team members are creating the content. There are 4 components to a strong brand voice. Number 1 is your tone. Is your brand casual, formal? Is it more serious or more playful? Is it more intense or is it more nurturing? Second is your language. What specific words and phrases do you want to use or avoid using? Number 3 is your sentence structures. Do you want to use short, punchy sentences or more flowing, descriptive language? And the 4th is going to be your storytelling approach. So how do you want to structure the messaging and the content that's going to engage your audience? Again, your archetype should guide these choices. A rebel brand might use provocative language, short sentences, and challenge conventional wisdom. A sage brand might use more technical terms, longer explanations, and reference scientific research. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to use generic industry language that doesn't really differentiate you. You see, people that are doing that are using phrases like crush your goals or find your why, and every other fitness business is using the same ones. Think about the distinct voice of SoulCycle versus CrossFit. SoulCycle uses inspirational, almost spiritual language. They talk about finding your soul and riding as one in the pack. Whereas CrossFit, on the other hand, uses more technical, intense language, forging elite fitness and emphasizing performance metrics. These distinct voices attract different types of members who resonate with their approach. Neither is wrong, they're just different. And it's clear who they are. To develop your brand voice, start by creating a simple one-page document. The easiest way to do this is to plug this prompt into ChatGPT or Claude AI. The prompt says, create me a comprehensive brand development document to help establish a cohesive identity through messaging, visual elements, and overall brand strategy. Once you have the outline, fill it out as best you can. You can also leverage the AI to help come up with fonts, colors, etc. to match your brand archetype as well as your unique advantage. Once complete, audit your existing brand and start rolling out updates to match with your brand guidelines. You will also want to share it with everybody on your existing team, from your trainers to your social media managers. Everyone should be on the same page. Step 5 is going to be to build your community experience. This is where your brand comes alive in the real world through the experiences members have in your studio. Your brand isn't just what you say, it's what your members experience. You can claim to be supportive and inclusive, but if new members feel intimidated or unwelcome, that becomes your real brand. Your client experience needs to consistently deliver on your brand promise across every single touch point. That means for pre-visits, your website, booking system, confirmation emails, for arrival, parking, exterior signage, entrance, front desk interactions, and then of course, class experience from your instructor's communications, the class format, music equipment, and then of course, post-class, so cool down, space, changing rooms, follow-up communications, and then lastly, of course, the ongoing relationship side, which is going to be the check-ins, progress tracking, and community events. To strengthen your client's experience, what you're going to want to do is audit your entire member journey from first touch point to ongoing memberships. Look for disconnects between what you promise and what you deliver, then systematically close those gaps. For example, if your brand promises a supportive community for beginners, do you have clear signage showing new members where to go? Introduce newcomers to regulars? Have coaches who avoid technical jargon? Follow up specifically with first-time visitors? You see, these small details make a massive difference in whether your brand promise feels authentic or hollow. Remember, your brand isn't just marketing, it's every interaction members have with your business. Step 6 is going to be to amplify your brand with strategic content. Once you've built a strong brand foundation, you need to consistently communicate it to your audience. Most fitness studios approach content backwards. They create random posts based on what they feel like sharing that day with no strategic framework. This results in inconsistent messaging that fails to reinforce their brand position. Instead, you need a content system built around your brand pillars, the 3 to 5 core themes that supports your brand position. For example, if your unfair advantage is to be the only fitness studio that provides strength and mobility classes for busy professionals over 40 years old, then your content pillars might be this: age-appropriate training techniques, efficiency hacks for busy professionals, mobility for injury prevention, success stories from your 40+ clients, and science-based approaches to fitness when you are over the age of 40. Every piece of content you create should fall under one of these pillars, ensuring that all of your content reinforces your brand position. Let's look at F45's content strategy. They consistently share content around a couple different things. Number 1, transformation challenges. Number 2 is the team training atmosphere. Number 3, functional fitness techniques. 4 is going to be time efficient workouts. 5 is community and camaraderie. These pillars all reinforce their position as a results-driven, community-based, functional training studio. For the best results, you want to add a mix of content formats such as educational posts, inspirational content, member spotlights, behind the scene looks at what goes on in the studio, and some promotional messages as well. Effective content for small businesses like a fitness studio is not about going viral. It's about consistently reinforcing your brand and your position in the marketplace to attract your ideal members and make it so that when leads do come through your funnel, they already have an idea of your brand, and your quality and your conversions on the back end will become higher because of it. And that brings me to step 7, which is to align your advertising with your brand. Now, this is where a lot of fitness studios get it completely wrong. They run generic ads that could come from any gym, really. When your ads are disconnected from your brand, several problems start to happen. The first is your cost per lead increases because your ads don't stand out. The second is your lead quality decreases because you attract price shoppers. And number 3 is your trial to membership conversion on the back end is also impacted because you're attracting the wrong types of people. Instead, your ad should be a direct extension of your brand, targeting the specific audience that resonates with your unique messaging. Here's how to properly align your advertising with your brand. First, you want to ensure your ad creative visually matches your brand identity. 2, you want to use copy that reflects your brand voice and messaging. 3, you want to make sure your target audience aligns with your ideal member profile. 4 is create offers that deliver on your brand promise. And number 5, if you're going to be using landing pages, make sure that it's consistent with your brand messaging and your brand look. Now, one thing I want to mention about offers specifically is you still need an irresistible offer. Let me share a simple framework that you can use in your advertising that helped one of our independent studios reduce their ad costs by about 47%. It also helped them add 24 new members every single month and is consistently doing that still to this day after 6 months. It's called the before, after, and without framework. So it looks something like this. So before, feeling exhausted trying to fit workouts into your busy schedule. After, imagine getting better results in just 3 hours per week. And then without sacrificing family time or sleep. This framework connects directly to your brand position and speaks to the specific pain points of your ideal members. By leading with this type of message and having an irresistible offer, you're going to attract members who resonate with that messaging. Whenever we implement this framework with studios that have a clear brand position, we consistently see higher quality leads at lower costs. Now, why is this? Well, it's because the ad is pre-qualifying people based on the specific messaging. Remember, your ad should not just get attention, they should get the right attention from the right people. When your ads are aligned with your brand, they become far more efficient at attracting ideal members. And because of that, the more leads that you get from your ads, the more they optimize to find more of those people. That is why your messaging and how you position yourself is the utmost importance in order to attract higher quality leads through your funnel. Not to mention that by doing so, the algorithm learns and gets better at finding more of those people. Think about it. Would you rather keep fighting for every lead at $20 each with low conversion rates? Or would you rather play the long game and build a brand that attracts higher quality leads that book at higher percentages, that show at higher percentages, and that stay longer when they sign up for memberships? If you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more proven strategies to help grow your fitness studio. And for those of you who own a class-based fitness studio and want help with your marketing, click in the link below and you can book a strategy call with myself. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.